I'm just not a very sexual person. And so it's extremely
not your personality.
Not my personality. So if I'm not doing it in real life, why should I think that I should be paid to do it, I guess?
Yeah.
And force myself to do things that I wouldn't usually do.
It's Sophia Franklin. You are listening to Sophia with an F, and the F is for phenomenal.
Were you about to tell me something crazy?
No, but I always say crazy things, so I just want to save only the crazy things that I'm comfortable with saying for other people to hear.
Okay, so not for everyone to hear is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll tell me the crazy shit after.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah, I have no filter, so anything.
Neither do I, which is kind of gets me in trouble, but is also way more fun. Lana Rhoades, hi, thank you for being here. I'm doing this new thing where I don't intro my podcast like a weirdo. Usually I would sit here and be like, hi everyone, welcome to Sophia with an F. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And my guest is just sitting there waiting.
No, and I don't feel like you need it. That's a bit corny, and everyone does it. So forget it. There's so many podcasts now. Make yours different. No intro.
Thank you. But Lana, okay, we met 7 years ago or some shit.
Not 7.
5.
4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was when I first started dating, what's his face?
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike he's not really a big fan of me anymore.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why so?
It's kind of a long story, but not. Basically, he said, he was doing an interview and was fucking her. I was texting him.
Yeah.
While he was doing this interview. However, he's talking shit on right away. And he says out loud, I think Sophia's trying to date me. And then it was published. So then I did an interview with Jeff Wittick.
Yeah.
And I think Jeff brought it up. And I was like, Mike tried to fully make out with me and I turned him down. And then that really upset him.
He has a bit of a big mouth too.
They all do, but I think his girlfriend really didn't like that. But it happened before they were a thing.
Yeah, that's why me and him quit being friends too, because he has a girlfriend now. So.
Yeah, and she doesn't like that.
No.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she likes me either. But
I don't think, I mean, I don't like saying bad things about other girls, but I just don't think she likes other girls in general, is what it seems like. So, but to each their own.
Yeah.
You know?
I got that vibe too. But you know what? This is about you.
Yeah. And I don't want to talk shit about anyone. All girls are different. Some are young. They haven't made it to certain points in their life yet where they're, comfortable with things. So
very true. And
that's what it is.
I could see you being intimidating, right? Oh my God, it was Lana Rhoades.
Oh my God, no, she shouldn't be. Because first of all, me and Mike had been broken up for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Before they even met, and haven't hooked up since we broke up. No interest. Actually, one time, maybe a year ago, we were yeah, let's hook up. And we went to do it. We just started laughing and it was really weird.
Wait,
and we
shut
did
the up. And you couldn't go through with it?
No.
Because you guys just hit such a friend.
Yeah, we're brother and sister vibes.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't sucked my real brother's dick and I wouldn't, but I understand.
Honestly, I don't have a brother, but I'm sure if I had one, he would be hot. Maybe.
He would be sexy as shit.
I think he would be hot.
I mean, you know what? It's in Utah, where I'm from, it's really not that big of a deal.
That's fire.
So it's I thought New York was liberal. Let's get liberal, people. Come on now.
Yeah, it's Angelina Jolie and her brother type vibes. They used to make out and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm gonna dare say it was kind of hot.
No, for sure. They're both two very attractive people.
They are. They definitely are. You kind of give me Angelina Jolie vibes.
I get that a lot.
You do?
Especially since I have my hair slicked back, but I have really short bangs. And for a moment, it was blonde. And everyone was when I go out, you look like Angelina Jolie from Girl Interrupted. And the girls got it, but then guys were oh, you look like a crackhead.
Right.
Okay.
You're it's actually, the crackhead means hot as shit when it comes to women.
Yes.
And how women look at other women.
Other women, yeah. It was definitely to appeal to the girls, not the guys.
Yes. Love that. I'm going to go to dinner with this dude
Mm.
and I want to dress up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have no lingerie. I'm looking through my stuff and I find the Lana Rhoades with Yandy like collab you guys did.
Oh, the Valentine's Day one?
Yes.
Oh, fire.
And I'm going to be wearing that tonight.
I mean, I love that, obviously, because I made it. But I also feel like wearing lingerie, like, obviously, I have a lingerie line.
You don't think guys care?
I feel like it's chuggy. Like, kind of like we were talking about, like, the intros. Like, I feel like lingerie is out.
Okay, so what the fuck should I do? Because that's literally the only present I have.
What are you going to wear to dinner?
Like a little dress.
A little dress. Yeah, just like don't wear underwear under it. Like just be completely naked.
That's literally like me every time I wear a dress. Like I don't wear underwear.
And that's the vibe.
I know, but I need to do something like I could wear underwear where the vagina is.
Wear a butt plug.
Oh my God, to dinner.
They have like Valentine's Day ones too. Like go get like a little heart one.
Okay, but like is that kind of crazy if I'm walking? Or will it just stay? I feel
like it would be a little uncomfortable. It's not going to fall out unless...
No, my butthole, it will stay in. Okay, everybody?
Yeah, I was going to make a little joke and be like, unless you've done a lot of anal, but I don't think that even matters.
I don't think that necessarily matters, but like, no, I was about to do some TMI that I am not about to get into at all. I'm going to stop myself right now. Maybe like a hemorrhoid issue one time. That did happen to me.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it, but now my butthole is fine.
It's good.
And it wasn't from anal.
Maybe I don't think do you get them from anal? I know you get them from pregnancy. I never got one, but I know it's like a thing.
Yeah. Well, I've never admitted that, and I don't know why I'm talking about it right now, to be honest.
But it makes the other girls watching who have them feel more comfortable.
Preparation H, if you don't fucking slide into my DMs after that admission, like, it's over. They have to at this point.
No, they have to. They should. I feel like you're a great spokesmodel for them. You're beautiful. Like, no one would look at you and be like, oh, she's had a hemorrhoid before. You're making it glamorous.
I'm wearing a blazer. Yes. Like, girls with hemorrhoids don't wear blazers, except they do.
They
but,
do.
Like, I'm normalizing it.
Yes. Preparation H.
Preparation H. So we met 4 or 5 years ago at some random bar, and I remember meeting you, and you were so nice and so sweet.
Thank you.
I think that's why I made the intimidating comment, because I just think Lana Rhoades, like, so hot, like, you know, has all of this success. And then you were very calm and, like, soft-spoken and sweet and, like, a girl's girl.
Yeah. I got this comment the other day, too. I was at, like, this basketball team's what's it called, Super Bowl party.
Okay.
And like all the guys there are just my friends. And so there were these other 2 really hot girls, and I was like, hey, do you like want to meet my friend so and so, because like I thought he might want to talk to them. And they were like, wait, what's your Instagram? And I was like, they were like, what's your name? And I'm like, Lana. And they're like, oh wait, are you blah 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 blah? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, wait, why are you so nice? Like, why wouldn't I be nice? Like, what?
Yeah. I've actually gotten comments like that before, too.
And it's, like, so weird. Like, why would you just want to be mean for no reason? I feel like you must be a miserable person if you're just walking around being mean.
Yes, but also I never check Reddit. But, like, even comments, like, on pictures or in my DMs, oh, my God, I met you. Or on Reddit, like, I met her, and she was actually so nice.
Really nice, yeah.
I think they, like, assume I'm going to be, like, super, like...
And if you're you're an attractive woman, especially like I've known with me my entire life, I'm like a bit quiet, like you've mentioned. So people will be like, oh, she's not talking to us because she thinks she's better than us, or she's a bitch. It's like, that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
I just didn't think that you would want to talk to me, really.
Don't judge a book by its cover. That's corny as shit, but it's so true.
No, it is.
And I feel like I've been really trying to not do that.
Yeah.
Because I think we all do it, like our first judgment.
Yeah, and I definitely think if it's people online, you should wait to meet them in person, regardless of whether they're someone that's been canceled or they just have a really bad reputation. Because some of the people that I've met have been the kindest. towards me, like people that I've worked with who have treated me amazing, and I just don't get like the vibe from them that's portrayed from them online.
Also, if you're like hanging around in a group of people, whether it's your friend or acquaintance, and they tell you they had like a really bad interaction with a certain person you've never met, I'll automatically write them off as if they're a...
Yeah.
And I feel like you can't.
It depends on like my relationship with whoever is saying that and like exactly what they did. Like obviously if it's my best friend, she's saying like someone sexually harassed her or something like that, then I'm gonna be mean to them. But
yes.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes also like with other women, like they can be catty. I've had friends that like barely know another girl and they're like, oh, she's a bitch or like she's dumb or this and that. And then I've got to know them and it's like, it's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
What they were saying about them.
So for everyone listening, we are nice as shit and just know that. Just know that.
Remember that.
Okay. I have so many things I want to talk to you about. I was actually listening to your interview with Emily Ratajkowski that you did.
Oh, yeah.
And you shared a lot on there. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to like make you re-share or, you know, repeat yourself.
Yeah.
I think I do want to talk about the porn. Mm-hmm. The porn.
The porn.
The way I said that. the fucking porn. So you did porn for like 2 months of your life.
Of like 4 months total. Sorry, no, it was 8 months total, but it was in like 2 4-month increments.
You made a comment saying that you think it can be harmful, and then that got like all twisted into Lana thinks sex work is bad or whatever.
Or I thought it should be illegal.
Oh, that's what it got twisted into?
So we were speaking about like the downsides of the industry and like there's things that should be done for the girls who still want to work in that industry to keep them safer. Mm-hmm. And so I had made a comment, perhaps that it should be illegal until those things are resolved. Not like necessarily the act of doing porn or sex work, but like predatory agents and managers, like the things that make the girls unprotected, like those things should be illegal. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yes. Do you think it takes a certain type of girl to be able to do porn in a way that is not detrimental or does not hurt them?
I think even the girls that like you would say, okay, yeah, like they were fit to do porn, they've definitely all have had some negative experiences that they did not deserve to go through. Because like it's just a different kind of job, you know, like if it's your body and one of the most intimate things that you can do with your body, there really needs to be a lot of respect and care put into that because it can become traumatizing really quickly with such a like sensitive part of you.
Yeah.
So I would say even my friends who have no gripe with having done porn, they still have some negative experiences that they shouldn't have went through. Mm-hmm. But for me, one thing that I will say that like contributed to me having such a short time in it and also majority of my experiences being negative was the part that I'm just not a very sexual person. And so it's extremely like
not your personality
not
at
my
all.
Personality. So like if I'm not doing it in real life, why should I think that I should be paid to do it, I guess, and like force myself to do things that I wouldn't usually do.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But you were younger. I feel like you
I was 19.
19.
Yeah.
So as you've gotten older, you know more and more about who you are and the things you are, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And just like accepting myself more for who I am. I mean, still not completely. Like, I personally don't like how reserved I am sexually. Like, all my friends, like, can hook up with guys and like have more fun in that regard. And I have tried to, like, one time just like even a few months ago, one of my girlfriends and this guy that I've like kissed and stuff. It's like, yeah, let's have a 3-way. Like we go to do it.
The fact that you just went like this with your
It just shows how not sexual I am. And I they started doing it and I literally ran away and got an Uber.
You ran out of the room?
Like the house. I ran out of the house. That's how bad it is. And it's not that I want to be like that.
Yeah.
It's not like, and like some people be like, oh, like she's just trying to make it seem like she like changed. Like I was always like this.
You've been like that from the beginning.
Yes. I was with one person sexually before I did porn.
The time has finally come, Sloots, and my days of parading around like I'm Carrie Bradshaw have come to an end. My days of nicotine are very, very soon to be 100% behind me, and I mean it this time. I am ready, I am well equipped, and that is all thanks to Ripple. Ripple is a 0% nicotine aromatic diffuser with plant-based ingredients, organic base, and natural aromas. If you can't tell by my voice, I am sick as a dog right now, and they even have a ginger and chamomile with a honey and lemon aroma one. Like, are you kidding me? So, I mean, if you've met me for even 30 seconds, you know that I've clutched onto my nicotine pen the way your grandma would clutch her pearls if she listened to one of my episodes. But it's so just not it anymore. It's not good for me. It's not good for anyone. And it's just not cute. Ripple contains non-addictive formulas and so many different flavors to choose from, like Boost, which is matcha and green tea with a pomegranate aroma, which really gives me that perfect boost I need throughout my day. And at the end of the day, it's a mental game, right? Which is why I love Ripple, because my brain still feels satisfied knowing I can have it in my hand or nearby, just like my old pen, which has helped a ton. A lot of it is this oral fixation thing that Ripple takes care of. Sloots, if you are anything like me and have been trying to kick this nasty habit forever now, I am telling you, this just might be what you're looking for. So try Ripple and join me on this journey by using my discount code SophiaF for 15% off at therippleco.com. All right, listen here, Slooty locks. We are talking about our hair. And did you know that hair thinning will happen to approximately 1 in 2 women? That's right, sister. It's either me or it's you. Or if we're in a room of 4, then it may be both of us and we can braid our 4 strands of hair together. You guys get the point. Hair thinning is normal, but we are gonna do something about it because Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, and most importantly, at least to me, faster growing hair with less shedding. Not everyone's root cause of hair thinning is the same, so that's why I took the hair wellness quiz on Nutrafol.com for a personalized hair health plan to fix my root causes. If only therapy was this easy. Purchase online, no prescription required, free shipping and automated deliveries ensure you'll never miss a day and see results in 3 to 6 months. Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering my listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code Sofia. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and hairstylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code Sofia. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Sofia.
How do you define a sexual person? Someone who likes sex?
Yeah, for example, literally all my friends, which by the way, none of these girls are sex workers or anything, they'd probably hook up with a guy maybe once or twice a month.
Casual.
Casually, yeah. And I haven't hooked up with anyone for like almost a year now.
A year?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's...
And it's not like a choice. It's that I don't think that I can do it. Even like, again, just a few days ago, the same guy that this situation happened with.
That you ran out of the house?
Yeah. Okay. He's my friend. Like, we've like made out and stuff. And so me and my two girlfriends, one of them that was part of the three-way, that didn't happen, was there too.
They were going to give you a second chance of redemption.
Yeah, so we were at a hotel room with him, and I was like, look, because he's also friends with the last guy that I slept with. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't want this guy to be my last body. Like, I need to move on. Like, I'm going to close my eyes, and my friends are going to hold my hands. Can you please just do it? Couldn't do it.
He's like, I literally just lost my boner. Is that what?
No, like he still was down to do it. Like he's my friend.
Wait a second, a guy will never lose their boner. But
keep in mind, like I'm drunk as shit and like outdid some K. Like realistically, all your inhibitions should be gone at that point, and you should be able to have sex. But I still couldn't.
Okay, but I feel like the K would make me every time I do it, I melt. Like I literally have to like sit like this.
Oh, I didn't do that much. So the first time I did it, I went into a K-hole, but this time it wasn't bad.
Okay. So you were feeling good.
Yeah, like I was feeling good. Like we were watching, just like joking around. Like it was good. A good experience.
So did you end up having sex?
No. We all just fell asleep in the same bed after watching like anime.
So the sexual thing you are still working on.
Yes. I think like maybe I know I have like low dopamine and like other things wrong with me, so I didn't know like chemically with my brain if it has to do with that. I kind of wanted to ask my doctor for an oxytocin spray, like nasal spray. So
that's
basically,
a thing?
Yeah, so it helps people with like BPD, which I do have, and then I'm gonna get an autism assessment soon. Mm-hmm. So it might be like due to those two things. Well, I don't know if it's a low sex. So I also have trouble like just forming like like I don't like people often.
Okay.
Like I have liked one person in the past like 4 years.
Okay.
And like I also want to be able to like romantically like people. So it's not just a sexual thing. It's like low romantic interest, low sexual interest. It might be like an oxytocin issue and not having enough of that chemical. So basically it's like a bonding hormone, which you discrete like after you have a baby or when you're in love. And I just think that I don't produce enough of that. So I'm interested to see if I got this nasal spray, if I could just like snort some up my nose and then like socialize, and if I would be able to experience those types of feelings and emotions more frequently.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
That there's a spray.
Yeah.
I knew there was a ketamine spray.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know there was an oxytocin one.
Yeah, it's an oxytocin spray, and it's supposed to be really good for people with autism.
I feel like my sexual drive and why I'm like wondering why maybe I'm not as sexual as I thought I was.
Yeah.
Is different than yours. But me romantically bonding with someone, I've talked about this openly. I have never been in love.
Oh, really?
Never. Never once. I think for me, it's because of past trauma.
Yeah.
You know?
But like, how do you know that you've never been in love?
That's a great question.
Like, I'm genuinely curious.
I'm genuinely curious too, because I don't really know. If I've never been in it, then maybe I don't know, but I've never let my walls down enough to be fully committed to someone.
Yeah.
100% in. And let them be 100% in. I feel like love has to have some of that. Or you don't think so?
My perception on it has definitely changed as I've gotten older. Like, it would take a lot for me now to let someone in that way. Mm-hmm. Just because I've become more particular as I've gotten older. But have you ever like, so obviously there's like different forms of love. So there's like the like infatuation. Have you experienced that?
Yes.
So you've
That I have.
experienced infatuation.
Mhm.
And so you're speaking of like love in the deeper sense, like a genuine like care and
Yes.
for someone like putting them above your own needs.
Exactly.
Perhaps.
Exactly. I always have one foot in and one foot out. Like I always kind of have this escape plan, whether I consciously recognize it or not.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Do you think that means I've never been in love then?
I'm trying to think. I think there's probably like one person that like I've protected out of love and also have never like tried to hurt when they've upset me. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe like one person.
Did you put their needs
Above mine, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
In a healthy way?
No, because I definitely should have. It's not like they were doing that for me, so they
Okay.
didn't. It's not like they deserved it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's that they didn't deserve it, but it wasn't like an equal give and take of like caring or protecting each other.
Right. I just think, you know how people say, like when I ask people, how did you know he was the one when
Mhm.
people get married?
Yeah.
And they're like, you just know.
They're probably. I don't think anyone's the one.
They're full of shit.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's the one.
I totally agree. Soulmates are not a thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know it's Valentine's Day, but like it's just
We're Scrooges. Yeah, I think like I used to be really into soulmates, astrology, and all of that, but honestly, just think it's like something to prey on mentally ill people.
Yeah. I just think you can fall in love again and again and again if you're not me or Lana.
Yeah.
For other people.
Well, I do. It just takes me longer.
Yeah.
But I am starting to realize because I will get really obsessed with the one person that I like randomly will fall in love with. And I'm starting to realize like it's okay. Like you're going to like meet someone again and go through the whole thing again, like thinking that they're your soulmate.
And that's
that
okay.
It's like, no, yeah. And like you just realize, okay, I've felt this way before. So it's really not that important. Like just move the fuck on.
Yeah.
You know?
I think part of the reason I don't fully fall in love is obviously I'm like scared of getting hurt and trust issues and like the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I was not even planning on talking about love, and here we are.
It is Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's Day. Okay. How old is your baby?
He just turned 2 last month.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
And is he here with you?
Yeah, he is. Not in the studio.
Well, I wish he was.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't be able to get anything done.
Between the baby and the iPad, like we'd be fucked.
Yeah.
And you have not been public with the baby daddy.
No.
And that's on purpose.
Yeah.
Do you ever plan to be?
No.
No. Is the dad in the baby's life?
Not really, no.
Okay.
At this point.
I ask that because I have been kind of coming to these, like, I had certain views, and ever since I turned 31,
yeah,
I am now kind of seeing things very differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up with a single mom.
Same. Yeah, so it doesn't really seem strange to me at all.
Right, at all.
It's like the only way that you can imagine
know.
It, really, yeah.
So I've always been like, I'm going to freeze my eggs. If I have to get a sperm donor, which my biological dad essentially is, then that's the way I want to do it. And now I'm like thinking about it. And you mentioned this in the interview with Emily.
Mm-hmm.
You said like you were in the airport having to like take the stroller and carry all the bags and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong. Were you insinuating like you have moments where you're like, it would be nice?
Yeah, I definitely have moments where I'm like, oh, fuck, like I'm struggling. Like my neighbor, so I have an apartment here in New York. My neighbors across the hall have a 6-month-old baby and they're a couple. And it's like, yeah, it probably would be a lot easier. Like if I need help, I have to schedule certain hours with my nanny to help me. Like she has a life too, like she's not going to be available. Or like carrying things, like I'm not as strong as a man. Like I can't do all that. Like there's definitely times that I struggle and I think about like my child's father, and I'm like, you fucking asshole. Like, if you're not going to help me carry these bags right now, you should be paying someone to help me carry them.
Yeah, absolutely. We can talk about that off air.
Okay.
I mean, but you also make your own money.
Yeah, I make my own money, and for me, a lot of people will make comments like, oh, like, why don't you go after him for child support or whatever? But for me, it's like all about protecting my child. If the dad's not interested in seeing your child, hasn't really shown to have a care in the world about him, and almost has like a negative mindset about it, I would then have to give him rights to my child, put him on the birth certificate, which he's not on, and my child would possibly have to go be alone with him without me, and I wouldn't be able to protect my child, and I don't know if this man is safe for my child to be around. So I don't take child support because I want to protect my child from this person that I barely know. Like, I'm not saying that he would do something.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't fucking know that, and he hasn't had the best attitude towards it. So that's why I don't, because I care more about my child than getting, like, a little bit of help.
I had no idea that it was structured that way.
Yeah. If I want child support, then I have to give him rights to my child. Like, I could fight him for it, but there's not like a guarantee that I would win.
And also, I don't want his name on the birth certificate.
I mean, I think it would be cute.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he should have both of his parents' names on it.
Okay.
But until, like, his dad would be really positive about wanting to be involved, then I'm not going to push anything.
Yeah.
If he wants to help, then he can. But if he doesn't want to, then he can keep his money.
Yeah. And he hasn't reached out to be like, can I help?
We actually spoke the other day. I mean, I don't know where it's going to go. I actually ran into him a few months ago for the first time in a few years.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely strange.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it was like, I have a kid with this person, but it honestly felt like looking at a stranger, which I think is so weird.
Yeah. When I met my biological dad, because I have met him.
Yeah.
It was like, he's a stranger, and I had no idea how I was supposed to act.
How you're supposed to feel or act. Yeah.
And it was very bizarre.
Yeah, and I also hate, like, when I feel like I don't feel the way that I'm supposed to feel in certain situations, like with the sex thing or the love thing, or like running into someone that I'm supposed to have like all these emotion towards because we have a child, but it feels like nothing.
Yeah, and you don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it. I want to feel how I think I'm supposed to feel.
But you're not supposed to feel anyway. That's
true.
The therapist who has no license, like no therapy license saying that, but I think I do that to myself a lot, where I'm like, I should be feeling a certain way about this, and then I'll feel even worse because I'm not.
Yeah.
And It's like, your feelings are your feelings, you know?
Yeah, or lack thereof. And that's what I'm trying to, like, accept about myself lately, too.
Is the lack of...
In certain situations where I think I should be feeling something. Sometimes I feel a lot, and then other times it's just not what I think. Like I've had boyfriends in the past, like, few years, and I had to, like, break up with them because I felt like I didn't feel the way that I was supposed to feel, and that made me feel really bad. It's not like I don't want to have love. It
hasn't happened for you.
Yeah, lately. Or I just, like, don't, like I was saying, I just don't like people often the way I'm supposed to like them.
And I'm just thinking about how you said, I will be in relationships and have to break up with them because you don't have those feelings.
Yeah, and I stopped getting in relationships because of it.
But you shouldn't feel bad about breaking up with them. I cheat. Like, I've cheated in almost every relationship.
Really? I've never cheated in my life, but it's probably also because I don't have sex anyway.
But it wasn't even like a sexual
thing. An emotion thing.
It was a this is my way of breaking up with you, but I'm too much of a pussy.
Trying to get them to fuck off a bit.
Yeah, but I'm too much of a pussy to do it.
Yeah, I've thought about doing that just because I can't break up with people either, really.
Yeah. I would stick. I mean, if you can't do the breakup thing, like, that's what I would stick with.
Yeah, I usually will just, like, I think just ignore it.
Just disappear.
Yeah.
Like the threesome, just like run out of the house, never to be seen again.
Yeah. One time with my ex, he like really pissed me off on a vacation. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to drop you off like after we got off the plane. And then I just blocked him.
Wait, so you landed at the airport?
Well, it was with Mike, and it was for like his birthday trip. Actually, it was just even more fucked up. We went to Aspen, and we had a private plane, and I drove him home after. Just like bye, because I didn't feel like arguing with him anymore.
But did you tell him like I'm out for real, or were you just like bye? And
no, we had argued the whole trip, so like I just didn't want to argue anymore, so I just blocked him after I left.
I don't blame you.
I didn't talk to him for a few weeks.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. Not because it's Mike, but like you needed your space. Maybe could have been more communicative.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes like there's nothing else left to say. Like you tell someone so many times what they need to do to fix things, and if they keep fucking up, like what more is there to say?
And you just need time.
Yeah, or just to never talk to them again.
I totally agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like you've obviously, and you talked about this again on that interview, that you have struggled with binge eating, right?
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Because shout out to Wellbutrin.
Shout out Wellbutrin. Shout out propranolol on my end. Shout out Lunesta. Like I go down the list. Facts. I really though kind of want to like slowly get off some things.
Yeah, I just quit my Wellbutrin. That hasn't come back. But it's because I started taking Gabapentin, which I guess is a mood stabilizer, but I had originally just started it for insomnia. And it's like taken me to a level where I was able to quit Prozac and Wellbutrin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Can I get some? Because I literally have the worst insomnia in my life.
I mean, my doctor gave it to me pretty easily. So if you want,
I'm like asking you, like you could like deal it to me. No, but obviously you get comments about your body all the time.
Yeah.
Recently, saying you're skinny.
Yeah,
just straight up. Can we say that?
I'm skinny. I look like a crackhead. I blow coke and I'm doing meth.
And I'm bloated. I was about to be like, they can't. That's just no.
Skinny
we're not
bloated.
Do those comments get to you?
I don't really like the drug comments just because I don't really do drugs all that often. Like I know I said I did ketamine a few days ago, but this is maybe like once a month.
Yeah.
And so it's not like doing drugs consistently enough for it to change my appearance.
And there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
There's a party like every once in a while when I'm partying.
Yeah, like it's fashion week. Like, yeah, I'm going to do something if I feel like it.
Yes.
It's not a necessity, but if I feel like it.
Yes.
I only drink like twice a month too. So I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Right. So the drug comments annoy you.
Yeah, it's annoying because one, I don't feel like I look like a crackhead. Like I have nice skin. I'm like, what they're talking about is like I have.
You're not really wearing makeup.
Yeah, like
so
I
that makes you a crackhead if you don't wear makeup.
Maybe so this is what it is. I have really skinny arms and really bony like this, but it always is like that even when I'm bigger. Like I'm just more bottom heavy. And so now that I have, like, I'm skinnier than I was before, it's extremely prominent. But I'm not, like, the rest of my body doesn't look as skinny as this.
At the top.
Like, this looks anorexic. Like,
you're like the opposite of
bony.
Brew.
Yeah, it's like bony, but the rest isn't like that.
You're a pear.
Yeah, maybe. I'm a pear.
Yeah, those comments sometimes will get to me. Actually, you know what's really fucked up?
What?
The you look too skinny, she looks sick comments don't. But then I put on some weight and got comments from people saying like,
about the weight.
And those kind of like annoyed me a little bit, which is fucked up.
That's the thing is no matter which way it is, they're going to say something. Because after having my baby, she looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy now. And then like they wonder why I lost weight.
Right.
And like, but you just have to accept that whether you're fatter, skinnier, or you look exactly how they want you to look, they're still going to have something bad to say. Always
something to say.
Yeah.
Guys, something just occurred to me before I wrap this up. And it has to do with sex work, which we talked about 55 minutes ago. The reason I brought that up has to do with me having different opinions than I used to have in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be pro sex work no matter what.
Yeah.
Fucking go for it. Feminism. And now I just want to be a little bit more careful about how I talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is such a sensitive, serious thing, you know, the type of work it is.
Because like young girls who maybe like me, they didn't really realize what all it entailed getting into it. They're like, yeah, feminism, like I can do whatever the fuck I want with my body. I'm gonna be like the girls next door in Playboy and jump on trampolines and have pool parties. Like they don't see the part of that, and you have to go have sex with a 9-year-old man, like. And so I feel like, yeah, it should be a more careful conversation and not glamorized.
Yes, which I had been up until this point, I swear to God, glamorizing the fuck out of it and normalizing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just do it. And I just want to be a little bit more careful. And I think that was worth me saying.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because especially if, like, I feel like a lot of your fans are younger girls, have, like, consumed that content from you before. Like, it's good for them to hear that.
Totally.
You know?
Totally.
You never know what, like, who's considering going into that.
Yeah. And then they hear me saying, like, fucking do it. What's taking you this long? Like, that's not the message I'm trying to put out there.
Yeah.
But Lana, I am so appreciative, and I've been wanting to do this interview forever, and thank you.
No, thank you. And it was nice to see you again.
Yeah, for more than like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you have anything you want to plug?
I am working on my own clothing line. Have a few modeling campaigns coming out this year.
You're a full-time model.
I guess since 2024, like since the new year, we've booked like 4 like pretty good campaigns. Just like out of nowhere, I was like, okay.
I just saw the Gia one.
The Gia one, which was so last minute. Then I booked another one that I'm really excited about. Then I've had another one booked. Then I did another one a few weeks ago that hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
And it all happened like after the first of the year. Like I wasn't expecting it.
Did you manifest it?
You know, a year ago when I did my first show for Alexander Wang, I was like, okay, I want to model now, like get all this. And I was like, oh, well, nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden recently it started happening, which is so crazy because I've talked about this before. But everything I've ever like written in my journal that I wanted or like tried to manifest, it's always come like exactly a year after I've written it down. It's weird.
I'm writing in my juicy notebook after
You need
this.
a manifestation journal. Like I swear to God, if I showed you my journal, even down to having like, I don't want to say that.
Okay, you can tell me that one later.
Like my kid, like down to that, like.
You didn't want to say that? I think that's beautiful.
Well, so it wasn't necessarily like, I was obsessed with the person that I have a kid with. And it wasn't like, oh, I want to have a kid with him, but it was like, I want him forever.
Yeah.
Technically, I have him forever.
You do. Also, that can be your subconscious. I heard that when you are super, super into someone, your subconscious craves their sperm.
Really? Yeah, so maybe that's what happened.
That is what happened.
He's going to see this and be like, oh my God.
I doubt he'll be seeing it. Sophia with an F.
Hopefully not. I'll be like, why are you stalking me anyway?
Yeah, you're obsessed.
Why are you watching my interviews? You're obsessed with me now.
You always flip it around on them. Okay, Lana, thank you so much, Sloots. I will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye. They're sloots.
Sloots. It's my version of sluts.